Hi, I am Alicia Shepherd, and this is my KW story.
Welcome back, everybody. Today, we are going to be talking to Alicia Shepherd, fantastic MAPS commercial coach and KW commercial community leader. Alicia, thank you for joining us today.
Man, Liz, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
You are a bit of an anomaly in our world because you are a coach and a community leader. We have a few of us, and yet it's a rare breed, right? We've got two full-time jobs. So what we want to do today is talk to our folks about your KW journey and to see where you came from prior to getting into commercial real estate, obviously, joining KW, coming into MAPS, coming into KW commercial, and becoming the leader you are today. So why don't you just start us from the top? How did you get into commercial real estate?
It's a journey. I lived in Los Angeles for 18 years. For the first chunk that I was there, I was a staff songwriter with a major label. And as that industry changed and digital music became more of a thing, my role became less relevant. And so I started to see writing on the wall that I wasn't going to be able to earn at the level that I wanted to. I was really great at like the B-side tracks, but I'm not like the all-star songwriter, right? And so I was in a yoga class one day, and the woman on the mat next to me was talking with a friend about how she needed an assistant, like she needed oxygen. And something about the energy of it just caught my attention. And I looked over and I said, "What do you do?" She goes, "I'm an apartment broker." And I said, "What does that mean?" "Well, I sell apartment buildings." I said, "So what do you need someone to do?" And she kind of gave me the rundown. And I just took a leap of faith. I've always been someone that when the moment aligns and my intention and attention was drawn there, I trust it. And I offered to work for her for free for a week. And it went great. We ended up working together for a year and a half. She happened to be a commercial agent at Keller Williams at KW Santa Monica. She was a KW commercial member. I helped her and a junior agent when I came in, about 430K in GCI a year. And over the next 18 months, we grew the team to 8 and just over $2 million in GCI. And a lot of that was back end systems and things. As I looked around, I realized that I was ready to grow again and really become an agent. Everyone in that market center, KW Commercial was in its infancy at this point in time. Everyone in that market center had come from a very specific commercial brokerage. So I said, all right, well, that's where I'm going to go and get my chops.
What year was that you made the transition from working for her, decided you were ready to take the next step and actually become truly a commercial agent? What year was that?
2010.
2010. So take us on the journey after 2010. You're there at that other brokerage. We're not going to name names, but you're at another brokerage.
Great. Yeah, I was there for almost 7 years. At year 6, they look up and they're like, "Man, every agent that we put underneath your wings gets into production really quickly. Like, you've got a knack for this." And I really enjoyed that side of what I did there. So they started interviewing me for a leadership role. And at the end of a very long 6-month period, they said, "We just don't think men are going to follow a woman in the commercial real estate industry." And somehow I was shocked and not surprised all at the same time, because I looked up and I'm like, they have 0 women at this very large national brokerage, 0 women in leadership. So that same day, I hung up from that phone call and I called a team leader from the same Santa Monica office that had stayed in touch with me over years, had asked me to come back. And I was like, "No, I'm good. I've always been a pretty loyal company person." And so I picked up the phone and called her back and said, "I'm making a change. And I got to get in alignment with someone that will help me prevent that kind of conversation from ever happening in the industry again." And so I partnered with KW Santa Monica as their commercial director, and I got to work on writing a commercial curriculum called Nucleus and launched a training company alongside my sales team at KW Santa Monica, and grew to help run a collection of 18, 19, 20 at one point commercial offices across California and Hawaii for an ownership group inside KW. That was how I got here. That was the first phase of the journey.
It's a big journey. So 2016, you come over and you begin building this huge commercial division and team in KW Santa Monica, all through California, Hawaii region. And what's your next step, right? So you've established this, you've done well, you've created Nucleus, a training program you talked about. What happens next? Where's the next pivotal moment for you in this journey?
Yeah. So inside that group, we had about 120 agents in the commercial division. It was really exciting getting to manage that alongside my own businesses. And then COVID hit. And during COVID, um, I just made the choice, like the first week that shutdowns happened, that I wasn't going to let commercial agents feel like they didn't have resources to lean on, because sometimes they're not Kellerized, they're not plugged in. So even though KW got to work on these amazing big projects and these huge, like massive Connect Live events and series and the Shift series, most of the commercial members at that point in time looked up and they didn't really know that that would apply to them. So I said, that's it. We're going to offer Nucleus 8-week live. We're going to turn it on for free for every KW commercial member. I taught it from the little 960 square foot unit studio that we lived in at the time, because we were house hacking one of our duplexes. And that was that. And during that, it really kind of changed the narrative of what the opportunity to train and educate and go grassroots inside our commercial division looked like. And I think it was a pivotal moment that changed the conversation inside KWI of what is the intentionality and the investment, as well as the focus we want to put on our commercial division. That just kind of started the next series of conversations. So we come out of COVID. I'd had the girls. I had triplets during COVID, and we come out of it. And at that point in time, during this like success ramp up with Nucleus, several of us had started a coaching company that was just commercial real estate specific, because MAPS wasn't hiring, and we knew our members needed loved on. And so we get through COVID, the world's recovering, people wake back up, MAPS wakes back up, and MAPS leadership reached out one day and said, how do we get in business together? How do we start focusing on the same alignment, the same vision? And that was how we started building the MAPS commercial team, which I'm really excited to lead. And that's our team of commercial focused real estate agents that help build the businesses and the intentionality and legacy of our commercial practitioners. And that can be someone who's a full-time commercial real estate agent. We've got coaches that have never sold a house, myself included, and we focus strictly with like true full-time commercial practitioners. We have a couple of coaches on our bench who work in both the residential and commercial space and understand the hurdles that can create in a business. And we help agents in that space as well. And I think what's really brilliant about that is that it's partnered so well in the growth and evolution of KW Commercial.
Hang on, let's back up for a second. You're getting really excited and you're going. I love it.
I do. I'm ready. Let's roll.
So let's back up. We go into COVID. You launched this 8-week training program out to the KW Commercial folks. At this point in time, you are not a leader inside of KW Commercial. You are a member, and you just say, we need this, right? We've got, I think you said at the time, about 1,900 members in KW Commercial. That is about, well, that's less than 3 per market center if you were actually to break it down by our market center account. We have less than 3 commercial agents per market center that are part of that community. And while KW is putting out ample amounts of information out there, it doesn't necessarily apply quite as directly to the commercial community. So they become siloed. Yeah. So you launch your program that you were already doing, Nucleus, to engage those members. How many people joined you on that journey over the next several months with Nucleus?
350 agents joined into that, which was to date for KW Commercial, the largest like group gathering in a digital space that had ever happened. That felt really cool.
That's huge. So then you have, right, so you launched this program, Nucleus, publicly to the KW commercial world. You decide, I'm going to start a coaching company around this, right? This is a need. We can do this. We know how to do this. We've proven we're successful. And then MAPS calls and says, we love you. We think you're great. Come talk to us about launching the commercial division, which now we have inside of MAPS, as we can see by her really awesome, amazing shirt that she's wearing. That Alicia is our lead KW MAPS commercial coach. Tell us about KW Commercial. When did you step into a leadership role there, and what did it look like?
That was literally like 60 days behind the conversation with MAPS, which was, it was so funny. Like in my head, I was like, are they talking to each other? Do they know that like they're leaning in both of these things at once? And of course they did, but you don't know what you don't know at that point in time. Excuse me. And so we originally had a team of 3 of us that were leading KW Commercial. Cynthia Lee, who's the executive director of strategy and growth. I was tapped as the division leader of education and training because that's clearly my passion. And like I believe we heal the industry by training our way forward. And then we had a third partner who's an amazing broker. They just had a lot of commitments, and over time we realized that like they were a little overcommitted. So we drilled it down to Cynthia and I mean we are like bulldogs with a lot of focus, a lot of commitment, and a lot of intentionality that we're going to keep loving our members forward and creating initiatives that help them have more profitable businesses and more know-how and better chops in the industry so that they can have bigger businesses, bigger legacy, bigger wealth. And as a company, we have a bigger trajectory of who we earn the right to be inside the industry.
You accomplished some really good things there, though. So let's highlight some of those accomplishments. You went in with 1,900 members at what, the end of 2020 it was that you guys stepped in. You went in with 1,900.
We formally stepped in like beginning of 2021. The conversation started end of 2020 though.
So formally stepped in beginning of 2021, 1,900-ish members. What happens next? So here we are 2 years later, essentially, because it's only the end of February 2023. What have you guys accomplished in that time, those 2 years, you and Cynthia?
So we've grown to just over 2,300 members, which we're really excited about. And that's even after like having a really difficult dues increase conversation with our membership. Because for years they had felt like they had paid dues and gone nowhere. And here we are like just barely getting back up and running and really up to a great speed and pace. And then we're like, and there's a dues increase. But we needed to do that because we invested in an amazing technology partner, RealNext, who essentially comes in to be the command replacement inside the commercial business because command doesn't work for a commercial real estate practitioner. So we partnered with RealNext. It's an end-to-end solution, high class technology that we can use. And they've become an incredible partner in our evolution of how we support our agents. We also partnered with my training company, Nucleus, which I'm really honored by. It's a huge opportunity. And we, with KW, co-wrote a version of Nucleus's curriculum that is Kellerized. So our commercial members are able to now walk into their market centers. And when their TLs or their OPs, their market center staff don't know how to speak their language, Nucleus is now their tool where they can learn not only like the foundations of commercial real estate that they need, but they learn the practices of the MREA, the practices of Shift, the practices of the One Thing, the practices of MREI, Ignite, 3612.3, and like all of these great programs, we've taken core points out of them that work in a commercial real estate agent and help shown our commercial agents there's something here for you. You just have to look at it through a slightly different lens. And so we're really proud about that partnership between Nucleus and KW.
I asked you earlier, Alicia. Hang on. I asked you earlier in our pre-interview. I said, why? Right? Like, why do this? And you said when you left your former brokerage, essentially they said, no, you can't have this opportunity because men in commercial real estate will not follow a woman.
Girls aren't in this sandbox was the message.
Yeah. You took a stand that very day and changed offices and went somewhere where you felt you had opportunity. And I said, why do you do this though? I said, what is it driving you? And you had such an impactful reason to do this. Would you tell our folks what that reason is? Because we've seen the accomplishments. You've obviously accomplished great things with the MAPS coaching commercial division, the KW commercial division. You've brought huge value to 2,400 members now. But what's the why?
Yeah, I think my job on this earth, as far as my career goes, is that I have to make it so that that conversation doesn't happen for anybody else. It shouldn't be because you're a woman. It shouldn't be because of your skin color. It shouldn't be because of your age or any dynamic, your gender, your sexuality. None of that should impact if you are the best person to help create legacy and wealth for the clients that you serve. And ultimately, the industry is broken when we gatekeep it with like practices where we don't transparently show the path to success in commercial real estate, because now we're learning at the client's expense. And that just can't be okay. And so I'm really passionate that my role is to transform the industry to make it more inclusive, more transparent, so that we are more cautious and a lot more caring with the wealth that we create for families.
That's a big why. That is a big, driving, impactful why.
Keeps me up at night sometimes, but I like it. I like it.
So let's wrap up with our two final questions here. One, if I'm watching this video, and whether I'm a commercial agent or not, what's the one thing you want to leave, the moral of the story that you hope people get out of this video, the thing you hope they learn? What's that one thing for you?
The path to truly doing something significant starts with training. Like if we just dive in and want to, I use the phrase a lot, learn at the client's expense. That's not significant. That's selfish. And so if you're looking to get into any of the communities or any specialization in real estate, look for the training first to set the foundation of knowledge that you need to truly be successful. And then make it a committed and purposeful thing, not a dabble. Because when we dabble through like dozens of things, we're not really thriving in any of them. And the more you can go really deep with a specialized focus and really deep with your intentionality, the more you will see the results and the more your clients will feel that impact that you have on their experience. And I think that just brings a lot more joy to the experience too, because you win more. I like to win. I think it's fun. And so if we go deep and really truly train ourselves up to be the absolute best broker that we can be, and the absolute best version of whatever specialist we choose to say we are, the sky's the limit, and it just has to be purposeful.
Another incredibly impactful statement. So let's do the fun part. The fun part, right? Finally, the end of this video. What's one thing is going to be a surprise, fun fact that people don't know about Alicia Shepard?
Oh man. I'm an opera singer.
What?
Yeah. Today is not the day to demo it, but if you ever see me at a KW event, come ask me to show you and I will. I'm just getting back from laryngitis after a family reunion. But yeah, I'm a mezzo soprano. Went to school to study being a classically trained opera singer. I absolutely can like belt out anything. It's my best party trick ever.
Rockin' commercial agent and community leader by day, opera singer by night.
Herder of tiny minion children by night.
Yes, that too. Well, a good voice helps for that.
Lord, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Alicia, if anyone wants to find you, get a hold of you, learn more about getting into coaching with a commercial coach or the KW commercial community, how do they do that? How do we find you?
Super easy. I'll give you my email, and then I'll also give you my cell. A.Shepard, that's SHEPHERD @KW.com. Or you can also text me at 310-431-8152. That's 310-431-8152.
All right, Alicia, thank you so much for taking this time today. I learned a lot of new fun facts, like the fact that you're an opera singer, on this video today. So I hope you guys enjoyed meeting Alicia. We will also put her information right after the end of this video so that you can reach out to her if you have any questions. Have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks, Liz.